I guess this one would work. I'm gonna try using this. It says position color, now outputs V color. This takes V color and outputs frag color. Okay, I think that's fairly straightforward. Then if I could get some attributes here. Start with just 3 of these. I'll try -1, 0, 0. Actually, -1, -1. Whoops. -1, -1, -1, 1, and then 1, 1. And the colors can just be RGB. All right. Let's see if I can make a mesh like this. Okay, this looks correct. Let me see if I can add this. And nothing's here. So that's good. Oh, these are the wrong names. Wait, no, they're not. Position and color. They're not passing in a view matrix or projection matrix, I think. Hey, Daryl Golden, what's going on? It's kind of weird that view underscore matrix. No, we'll try to set the view matrix and projection matrix. Or will it? Yeah, I think it will. So why isn't this working? I guess I could not try to use the matrices at all. I wasn't trying to run that. It takes a long time to quit too. Maybe it's crashing or something. Yeah, that's still not appearing. Oh, this is U view matrix and U projection matrix. So I'm pretty sure that won't work. So let me see if that changes after restarting, and it does not. Thank you very much. Oh, maybe I should actually call this color instead of position. Great, I did it. So now... Okay, I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna make this triangle. Actually, let me go to the notes so that I get this right. The barycentric interpolation of fragment P is given by F equals lambda 1, F1, lambda 2, F2, lambda 3, F3. I like how there are no lambdas in this diagram. For any point inside a triangle, we consider the triangles A1, A2, A3. Then we define lambda using the area of the triangles. Interesting. This is going to be an annoying diagram. I already know it. Move this further to the left, I think. Okay. It'd be nice if I could just bring up a grid here. And then I could just place this wherever I wanted them in the grid. But that would make life too easy. It's almost like the more slight victories I gain, the more I want it to be even easier, which is good. Okay, -3, -1. Let me move this over there. That's good. Move this here. Maybe not that far out. Maybe just 1 is good. Great. I'm going to move all of this over to the right. Okay. And now I can add... Now I can actually start diagramming this. If I just take this sentence, the barycentric interpolation F of a fragment P is given by this. I think I just wrote a file called col. I didn't know you could ls from here. But yeah, I wrote a file called colon on accident. And I want to do this in tech, probably. Can I highlight, please? Great. Take out the mesh for now. Actually, I think tech can use new lines. Maybe. Of a fragment P. Is given by... The same that what the community does, or a general OpenGL lesson? It's going to be both. but I want the target audience to be someone who doesn't know anything about OpenGL, but does know some about Manim. So I guess both. F equals lambda 1 C dot. I'll just do F underscore 1 plus 2, 2, 3, 3. Perfect. Maybe I want the F to be over here. Great. Okay, then I can add the mesh again. Okay, then I got to draw a diagram on this triangle, which I'm also not looking forward to. Let me move that one coordinate. I'll move this one down a little. Okay. Maybe it should be here. Yeah. I'm surprised the text and the mesh kind of do the same thing. My syntax highlighter is losing its mind. So how would I want to do this? Lambda 1 F1. Well, I'll have to put points on each of the dots, no matter what. So let me get points for vertex dots or something like that. Let me move these positions into an array. Triangle. So it'll be this. Here I can just put... I can just put self.triangle corners. Oh, that didn't crash. Here... point or point in triangle corners. I think I want to do star at this. Well, they're not in the right place, which is weird. Also, why are they beneath the triangle? That's annoying. In that case, maybe I won't try to use these. These have the depth buffer turned off, I thought. Maybe if I add these first. Nope, same thing. That's annoying. Or maybe this has something to do with the camera. Also, I'm gonna restart that because it's freaking out right now. I think typing quit on its own isn't enough. It's still doing that. If I take out the mesh, yeah, it's not even putting them in the same place, I think. Why would it be doing that? I wonder if this is using a different array? Why would it be doing that? I wonder if this is using a different array? This is being passed a perspective matrix and then OpenGL view matrix, which comes from camera.get view matrix. And this is setting these based on camera.get view matrix and scene.camera.projection matrix. Maybe those are different, I think. Yeah, this should be taking it from the scene. Let's try that. I think scene is just an object here. Same story. Scene.camera.give you matrix. Yeah, these are the same thing. Wow, that's really annoying. Do you think this is worth debugging? It probably is, unfortunately. Position in one, then times the view matrix, then times the projection matrix. And the top point looks exactly right here. It's like as it moves further down, maybe if I try making this orthographic. Oh, whoops, what did I do? Put that there. Now try doing this with an orthographic matrix. So now that's orthographic. And that's orthographic. Try it now. And it did work. So why would that happen? The coordinate or the z coordinate for both of these is 0. When I go to this, the z coordinate is 0. So the difference caused by the depth, I don't think should apply. Yeah, forget it. Actually, it's still sort of annoying because the mesh is being drawn above the dots. Okay, so let me see if I can make the dots appear on top. Maybe the problem with this is that for the objects, I want the depth test to be turned off. So where do I set the depth test? Here. If shader wrapper enable that depth test. I'm just gonna say always disable the depth test from objects. And if I render it now, I think they should be drawn on top. But that would probably be too easy. Yeah, it's still drawn beneath it. Maybe I can enable the depth test for this. And then what? The objects are rendered first, no matter what. So maybe I could put this here. Now things are getting janky. If this works, and it did work, of course it worked. So meshes always have the depth test enabled. And objects usually, no, 2D objects don't have the depth test enabled, I think. I go to render object here and I see if it's using the depth test or not. It's not using the depth test. Maybe if it was using the depth test and it was, although I don't think it's configurable, if it was using the depth test, maybe I could just move it closer toward the camera. Let's see, that comes from the shader wrapper. The shader wrapper comes from where? Object.get shader wrapper. I go to OpenGL dot. This is going to come from OpenGL Vim object, probably. If I go to, is it get shader wrapper? Wrapper list. Where does this get the shader wrappers? It says get fill shader wrapper and then get stroke shader wrapper. fill shader wrapper that uses self.depth test. So I use depth test equals true. Maybe now it'll use the depth test. And now it's behind it. And then maybe I could shift it out. That's weird. When I shifted it out, it also... Oh, it moved to almost the place where the triangle's points used to be? Possibly? So now if I use the non-orthographic matrix, or the default matrix here, and when rendering meshes, this is using the camera's projection matrix, and I'll make this use the camera's projection matrix. And they still don't quite match up. Life's hard, man. At least now I think it won't matter if I make them objects, if I render them objects before rendering the meshes. So here, I think. Yeah, at least that doesn't make a difference. So if I shift... Okay, if I make this times 0, I think this won't work. Now I don't know what's going on. Do this times 1. Well, I guess I'm just gonna make this whatever it needs to be for those to line up on the edges. But that's really unsatisfying. I hope I can actually draw lines on this triangle. Like if I have... I get lines. It's like vertex fragment lines. Depth is true. And the start point will be one of those points. The end point, I'll just make the origin. Okay, try adding this. That's not so bad. Yeah, it seems like it's doing what it's supposed to do. But I'll make this down or something instead. And I'll take the stroke opacity off. No, I guess it was all... Oh, not this... No, I wasn't expecting that. I thought that was fill, because it looks black over here. But anyway... Now I can label these like... I got to label each of the triangles. Like just to show lambda, I'll need the area of each of the